Let's get started then. Welcome back to Crown of the Oathbreaker. And my goodness, things did not go well last week. Well, the good news is Incratian survived, despite an attempted little bit of regicide on the side. Well, actually, you committed regicide 3 times? 4 times?
3 times, yeah.
3 times. A triple regiciders. That's something to put on your resume for later life, perhaps. But the coronation didn't go as well as, maybe worse than what people thought about this despicable queen now, Queen Athena, who was crowned by the Dowager Queen, Queen Laurentia. Placed the crown on her head, little spikes grew into around her head, little trickles of blood. A force field was put around her. She demanded that the Knights of the Crown bow to her and swear allegiance. Some of them did, and were promptly transformed into some type of hell knights, some nasty, nasty things that breathed fire. Some remained true to the ideals of the kingdom as opposed loyalty to the crown, including Lord Signmunder, who said, screw this, we're not bowing our head to such an evil, wicked person. You had to leave in a hurry, you were vastly outnumbered, and you eventually got out and made your way to the Lucky Leap Tavern, where Riccio Tane, who seems to be an ally as well, and he's taking you down into what he described as a secret level beneath the Lucky Leap Tavern. So this is where we start our campaign, our session for today, and everybody stops, takes a breath. You notice there's Riccio Tane there, the proprietor of the establishment, Lord Signmunder, who helped you escape, and about 10 or so Knights of the Crown. And Queen Thrice-Slayer. And I immediately heals up some wounds. Lord Signmunder takes a deep breath and looks to you, looks to Riccio Tane and says, "What the fuck just happened?"
I told you she was undead, but nobody wanted to believe me.
She's something else entirely. I don't know.
She's bringing death, I'm telling you.
We
have seen that.
Yeah.
Yes. We have seen a glimpse of the future. I think this is just the beginning. It can get worse.
Well, I don't know if your visions are going to come through or not, lad, but you're not the only person. Well, perhaps in this room, if there's a traitor among us, I don't think there's a damn thing we can do about it. So why don't you share with everybody present, including these brave lawyer men and Knights of the Crown, what exactly did you see in your vision?
I seen the future of this city if nobody stop it. Undead running free from the city, from one wall to another. And in Sados, a huge temple, ziggurat, birthed from the sky, pulsating and bringing more undead to the city, like a fountain bringing water to a pond. And above that, as a beholder of the city, a creature, I cannot describe it, never seen something like that, but inquire us and try to catch me in my dream. Somehow it noticed that I was there. As I told you, this is, in my opinion, what is happening yesterday is just the beginning. I think death, literal death, is coming to this city.
Me, says Lord Signmunder. I gotta admit, I had my doubts about whether she was undead or not. But Incration, perhaps you're right. I mean, Explain the killing blow. Explain to us all what exactly you saw happen. It was a chaotic there in the the coronation the funeral. What did you see when you took down the princess then?
Well, for starters, these cards of mine here have a little nasty effect where if I kill somebody with them, it's a good chance their soul will be banished to hell. And the princess did not get banished to hell. She was struck down, and about 30 seconds later, she popped back up, all undead-like, with her limbs all twerked in different directions, and she started coming at me, trying to bite my ankles like a little ankle biter. Struck her down again, then she stood right back up like nothing happened and continued her assault.
Sorry. Look, let me just ask plainly before I get started on some thoughts I have. Do you all agree that the Queen is evil and we need to stand for goodness? We stand for righteousness. We stand for all things that King Azanar stood for. Goodness in people. Try and sort out this utterly fucked up situation. I assume all on agreements on this will stand on the side of goodness?
If the side of good means I can, maybe pickpocket or to do a game of cards or two, sure, I can agree to that.
Yeah, sorry, Kesri?
If it means going against the queen, then sure.
Alright. Adai, Bone, Vander.
I tell you, I seen in my dreams. I think there is no other way around. You can count me in.
Vander.
Well, yeah, count me in. I agree with Adai.
Is Bone grunt in agreement?
He grunts and goes, bone hell, French.
Alright. So we agree. We stand on the side of goodness. Pickpocket. Oh, that's just common crime. I mean, I don't normally have a problem with that in normal times. Just 1 second. This is an unarmed attack. Does an 18 hit you in Gratian?
Yes.
Take 4 points of damage. I'm getting fucking sick and tired of you. First you do this insane attack against the Queen, and now you're fucking telling me I've got a thing that sends souls to hell? What the fuck is wrong with you? We just agreed to stand on the side of goodness. You're sending people to hell?
Well, if they stand in the way of good, then don't they deserve to go to hell?
I've fought on many people on the battlefield. Some of them noble people, some of them with families. But war that makes people do crazy things. It pits good against good. Are you sure every fucking person you attack is evil through and through? Or they're just getting in the way?
I guess they'll find that out when they get where they arrive. Not my problem once they're no longer in this world.
Didn't we just fucking agree we'd stand on the side of goodness? You have no problem sending people to hell?
None at all.
What do you think of this? I can't believe he's so blasé about it. It's literal fucking hell.
I mean, yeah. I've seen worse.
Oh, please expand. Worse than hell. I'd love to hear what you're thinking.
I can take you back home to meet my dad.
Do you agree with what your dad's doing?
No. I'm just
Do you
saying I've seen
agree-
worse than what he's doing.
Do you agree with what Incratian's doing with his fucking soul-stealing god?
Are they bad guys?
Bad guys are such a misguided notion. I find there's good people who do bad shit. No such thing as a bad guy.
And the queen? She's just,
Oh, fuck her.
Good
She
person.
can go to hell for what I care.
Oh, so you can choose. It's cool when you decide if they can.
Point of order, she can't go to hell. I already tried that.
That's true, he did. But you see the hypocrisy here, right?
Complicated fucking times. I don't know right from wrong. I don't know left from right. Just let me summarize. Fuck you, Incration. Do I make myself clear?
Absolutely.
Oh, you want to play a game of cards? Is that it?
I don't think that's what he said, huh?
You fucking threatening my soul, lad.
Oh, no.
I said a game of cards, like blackjack, like an actual game of cards.
That's a fucking double meaning. You literally told me 5 minutes ago that your card steals souls and sends them to hell.
He's not wrong. It kind of sounded like a threat.
Okay, fair enough. I meant like a real game of cards, like not using these.
A fucking time for a game of fucking cards. Alright.
I think we may need
Does he
to.
have? When he turns his
I
back,
think we may
does he
need
have
to cool
pockets?
down a bit.
Hold on a sec, we'll get to the calm down a bit. He turns his back to you, yeah. You have the attention of the room with 10's crowned guards watching intently.
I just try to pickpocket him with a 26.
Idiot.
Do I see him? Because probably he cannot hide so well in front of us.
Well, I don't know. It's up to you to decide whether you'd be watching for that, because the player knows. Do you think your character would know?
I mean, I was about to interrupt the discussion, so I probably,
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, make a active perception check.
Yeah.
Nope. The Knights of the Crown, most they can roll is a 22, so they won't notice. Lord Signmunder, on the other hand, he needs a natural 20 to spot you, Incration. Why don't you roll that? Why don't you roll a d20?
Okay.
Natural 20 he'll
Oh,
notice.
my gosh.
So close.
Wow. Okay.
I check in whether I have something
That'd
to
been
give him
really
a
fun.
+1.
Bardic inspiration.
I don't. Guidance. Someone can do guidance?
What are you looking for? Just something like gold?
Just gold or anything that loosely I can get my hand on and kind of pocket up my sleeve.
Pocket walk.
Something I can tease him with later, like, see? Haha. Didn't know it was gone.
I'm gonna just whisper you to what you picked up.
Perfect.
I think you'd be happy with that, wouldn't you?
Extremely happy with that.
Did you see this mall?
I didn't take the mall. the mall is pretty
interesting.
awesome. So something. Well, players know that he took something, but characters don't. All right, got that out of my system now. I'm hoping for ideas. What do we do?
We were talking just before coming to this room about the crown. You were suggesting that we go and catch it. Do you have a way into the palace?
Yes and no. Like I don't know what's up with the crown. There's something definitely wrong with it. I know that when we rescued Queen Lerancia from the Fey Realm, and an accordance was made with the Satyr King Dazmag, he blessed the crown, claimed its good fortune. So I think we need to get that crown back, and she's not wearing it, and rip her off her head. By the way, anybody has a ponytail around here? And one of the crown's guard does, and Signmunder instantly snips it off. No ponytails.
I have the sensation that the ponytail is the less of our problems, Lord Sena.
Well,
We may be executed on sight.
Rather be safe than sorry.
Well, we're all branded as traitors, of course. I mean, Kracian has already got a price on our head, but anybody who doesn't bow a knee to the Queen would be considered a traitor, so we're all technically guiltable of treason even discussing this.
I mean,
Treason? I think we will be dead.
didn't the price on my head kind of go away when she like zapped everybody and killing nobles and everything?
Doubtful.
When she was a princess, she killed people just for the fun of it. Now that she is queen, she's gonna kill us on spot. No prison, no judgment, nothing.
That's right, but I think she especially hates you the most in Kracian. Consider it a badge of honor.
Now you compliment me. We got a complicated relationship, Lord Simunder. I don't quite know how to take you.
I don't fucking know how to take you either, lad. Alright. So to answer your question, I was loyal to King Walden Azanad for a long time. I made oaths to him, which will be my secret until the grave. But one thing I do know, at least before Queen Laurentia came along, the king, let's say, needed a secret way back and forth from his bedchambers to bring concubines, ladies of the night. Like every king in the history of forever, he's been a bit of a philanderer. Now, you're going to ask me, where does this passage? I don't know. But this so-called, he called it, whoops, not Control T for a new tab, but Shift T. He called it the Tunnel of Love.
Knew it.
So we can find a way to the Tunnel of Love. We could find our way secretly into the king's bed's chambers and start from there. It's a lot better than going in the front door. Now, we need to find someone called Nardirte. He knows where the Tunnel of Love is. He's the chief architect. The original palace was designed by Arlen the Constructor. But if anybody knows how to get to it, we need to find Nardirte.
Is he in the city?
He is in the city, yes. But one of the other problems is a lot of the the backdoor entrance bone. That's terrible. The palace is locked up tight. Even if we could enter through the backdoor entrance, some of the magical locks, some of the security, it is said to be unpickable. Now in Kracian, I imagine you know how to pick a lock. I imagine you're quite skillful at it. I'm pretty sure it's beyond your ability. So, once we get in, that's one thing, but we need free access within the palace. Maybe she stole the key behind the vault. Maybe she stole the key... maybe she stole the crown rather behind the vault. Which should be nigh on impossible. Open for ideas. What do you guys think?
Do you know anyone who has access to these magical doors? Any guard or any officer of the guards that could have one of those keys, or at least a way to get through protections?
At this point, Ricio Tane pipes up. I said, as you know, I used to be an adventurer of sorts, but I've retired.
Took an arrow to the knee.
I do not know that reference. Perhaps it's from a different multiverse.
Yeah.
Malcolm knows the reference, but Ricio Tane doesn't. But a good reference. No arrow to the knee, but a more sensible decision. I have a friend who I used to visit with. His name was Davrillo. And Davrillo and I used to go on adventures together. And he found the location of the Tomb of the Constructor. Tomb of Arlen the Constructor. One of the first archmage of the kingdom, at least in the Age of Kings. And he found himself, what's it called? A master key. Now, this master key is said to unlock any possible door. And that would be our way into the palace, into the vaults, into whatever we find. So we're going to need this master key. Now, as I said, my friend Davrillo, he went to go to the Tomb of the Constructor, and I said, no, that's one adventure too far for me. I can't be going along with that. And he left, and he hasn't been seen since. So if we wish access to the palace, through the back door, getting through any type of magical locks or anything, we need that master key. And of course, once we get it, perhaps get the crown, we'll only use the key for good. Right, Incration?
Right.
Well, I actually don't know what you mean for good, but I can tell you once we get the key, we will get anything we need, because I don't think we are gonna defeat that monster with roses and water. I think we may need some stuff, and if we can find it in any place in the palace, I can tell you we will take it.
Right. We'll loot the treasury in the world of good, right, Vander?
Yes.
Yeah, everything is for the right of good, right?
That's right.
No personal gains at all?
None at
Not
all.
even a
For
bit.
good.
Nope.
Yeah, we're the good guys.
Ricio Tane. Look, governors, Duchess. Let's assume all goes well and we get the crown. There are multiple magical abilities to locate the crown. I think it's safe to assume that the Queen has access to such priests, such magic users. So we carry out this magical crown and it's going to be like a beacon. I may have a solution for this as well. There is a chest. Smash?
That's right. That's the solution.
Mm-hmm.
Smash, perhaps? And if we could destroy the crown, that would be ideal.
Well, let's not be too quick in that decision. I mean, we could use it for good, you never know. It's worth trying to inspect it at least.
Well, we will check it out for sure. See, my wife, says Ricio 10, God rest her soul. She was planning a heist of the Emporium of Marvelous Rarities, who I believe you have visited. She was planning to steal stuff and put it in this thing called a chest of magic nullification. She wanted to take it inside of the Emporium to negate magical items and various things. And we tested it out. And when we opened it up, a vile, demonic some otherworldly being came, and I felt like literally sucking the moisture from my skin. So I promptly closed it up. But she was determined to raid the Emporium for magical items. Unfortunately, she did not survive the encounter. So at some point, we need to get back the chest of magic nullification from the Emporium of Marvelous Rarities. If it's not obvious, this is not a quest for smashing. Sorry to say, Bone, but this is a quest for subtlety, a heist, if you will.
Oh,
So as
I
far as
love the sound of that.
So, we need to do 3 things. 1, go to the Tomb of the Constructor. Get the Master Key from there. 2, locate Nardek Tick for the passage to the Tunnel of Love. And number 3, plan a raid on the Emporium of Magical Rarities. And, Ricio says, I may have a map somewhere that my wife, while she was working undercover in the Emporium, to find some locations of hidden glyphs and stuff. It's going to take me some time to find it. It's somewhere in my house. Just being outside in this rain is a disaster. So let me find the map before you do the chest. To go to the Emporium. I mean, if it was me, I'd suggest you go to the tomb first, the Tomb of the Constructor. But I'm open to suggestions. Lord Signmander says yes. Let's start with the Tomb of the Constructor. They still open doors. What do you guys think?
Could you repeat why you suggest that we do Tomb of the Constructor first?
Well, number 1, I need to... Well, you could do a raid on the Emporium of Magical Rarities. Do you know where the magical traps are? Do you know where the potential pitfalls are? No, you don't. But my wife made a map that would allow you to avoid some of these magical traps. But I need to get the map first.
Yeah, so that's where the map is. I understand. That's reasonable for me. I don't know what you guys think, but I'm sold.
It's either Northern Tick or the Tomb of the Constructor. So the Tomb of the Constructor is the one that will have the Master Key, if I'm not mistaken, no?
Yes, that's correct.
I was thinking on the same before, so I actually, if we don't have the key, the rest doesn't matter. So I think we may rather start from there, because it will, even if we don't get the tunnel, we always can use the key for other entrance.
Are we in agreement then?
Yeah, at least I don't know. What do you think? The rest, should we get the key?
All right.
Works for me.
Well, it's late. You look like shit. Perhaps we rest up here for the night and you head off first thing in the morning.
I would love rest.
Yeah, rest sounds good.
All right, smoke 'em if you got 'em. And Lord Signmonder, Ricio Tane lean their heads up against a corner and proceed to rest, as do the Knights of the Crown.
Vander, before we get some shut-eye, can I talk to you in the corner?
Of course you can, my friend.
The Knights move aside to give you some privacy.
Most appreciated.
Perfect. And then I'm whispering
Yeah.
only this to Vander.
Vanner is gonna tap his lips very excited and be like, really? And then,
Indeed.
well, I guess that's a little secret, isn't it?
Between friends.
Do you have something planned for this curiosity of yours?
Yeah, I'm gonna rub it in his face later.
Ooh. Well, don't I'm not gonna stop you.
Just figured a fellow entrepreneur of items would appreciate this.
Well, it's very fun. I think I'll appreciate the look on his face later, or maybe the look when he realizes. But between you and I, we never spoke about this. I don't know anything.
Huh? Oh, what? Good game of cards, Fred. Good game of cards.
Oh yeah, let's play. Let's play again soon, friend. And Vander's gonna stroll over to Caster and be like, "Oh well."
What was that about?
You know, Enration wanted to play a card game with Lord Steinmunder earlier today, and well, I told him that I could play with him. And that's all. That's that.
Yes.
Roll a deception for us, Vander.
And that's that.
Oh, that's good enough. Seems to be telling the truth in Kazri's opinion.
Mm,
Not in
fine.
Kayla's opinion.
Yeah. All right, off to bed then.
All right, so unless anybody has anything else to do, feel free to take a long rest.
And level up.
Oh,
Do we have access to food and drink? I suppose so, since you haven't
Yep.
tracked it so far with you.
access to food and drink, no problem. Especially because you're in the Lucky Leap Tavern and Ricio Tane is an ally, and you know, there's actually food down here. There's barrels. I'm not sure if I should say this, but there's barrels of wine here.
Ooh.
Maybe I should have mentioned that.
Yeah. Bulldog's not here. It's okay.
And there's a wine rack even, so lots of food and like food in these crates and stuff. So no problem with food. Incration. When you wake up in the morning, you wake up with a strong hacking cough and you feel like shit. Take 1 level of exhaustion.
Ooh.
Hmm?
In case you don't know, that's just disadvantage on ability checks. So sleight of hand, for
Yeah.
example, stealth, athletics, acrobatics, all those type of ones.
Oh no.
Yeah, you can still do sneak attack because it's not disadvantage on attack rolls.
Yep, that would be exhaustion level 3. You get disadvantage on that stuff. Exhaustion level 2 is half movement. Anyway, so just keep that in mind.
What was that from? Hmm,
Wouldn't
okay.
you like to know?
Yeah.
Uh, probably from stealing something you should.
It's karma.
Worth it.
Vander's never receiving any karmas. That's. I guess I'm doing something good.
Oh, sure.
Right, well, one of the questions I imagine you're wanting to know is where exactly is the tomb of the constructor?
Yes.
It's not in Agleria. It's not in Odenbeer. Gonna have to leave the city for this one. And look, the map changes. Alright here, Tomb of the Constructor. I can give you detailed instructions. The dome's not there. Just forget I even mentioned the dome.
Okay.
So, just a mistake in timelines by the DM. What dome, exactly? Ricio saying team. Well, I've had a look out in the city while everybody was sleeping. It's bad. If you remember, there was that nasty rain. The purple clouds continue to roil. The storm clouds continue to do an abnormal amount of lightning. And it seems just being in the rain is a risky proposition. And you guys maybe take you half a day to get to the tomb. I don't know what you can do.
Our best.
What are you going to do about the rain? Maybe your best isn't good enough.
You have an
Well,
umbrella.
yeah, an umbrella would be very nice. At least the short-term investment.
I think we need maybe something that a transport that we can use. But I guess this rain was toxic, no? Or
Well, people have been avoiding it because at the very least it hurts. And it's having corrupted influence on people. Like, a lot of the shops have just plain old closed down. A lot of the people are hiding in their houses. And I can tell you some old grievances have been settled at the end of a blade. People are doing things that they normally wouldn't do. It's messing up people's minds. It's messing up people's bodies. And I hate to think what the long-term effect of this is going to be, but it's not good. So if you can find a way to keep out of the rain, at least shelter it, then I would suggest you do that.
Is the tomb at the coast?
Near the coast, but not on the coast.
So it would be faster to go by boat compared to walk or by.
That's an interesting idea. What do the rest of you guys think? I mean, you need to acquire a boat from the harbor, which is tricky in itself.
How far is by walk? So let me check. These hexagons are
I think he said half a day.
half a day, no? So it's
Yeah.
quite. Which
Normally-
means if we go by boat,
Sorry, just normally you walk 20 miles a day, and the tomb is about 10 miles away, so that's why about half a day.
I mean, we will be protected from the rain. Is the weather? I don't know, but there's still it's windy or it's only the rain. So is the weather calm or just?
Oh, no.
No, then I will not take a boat because it's gonna be worse. Okay.
Just the clouds are purple. The sky is purple. There's roiling clouds all over the place, just unnormally violent. Strong winds, heavy rain, and lightning.
Any secret tunnels that lead out of the city that anybody knows about?
Just take you back to the city. Well, I mean, the most... I would head out through the Mule Gate. I mean, in a way, it's maybe the best way. I mean, imagine the major gates are perhaps strongly fortified, but no one gives a shit about the shanties, and at least not royalties. So maybe that would be the best place to exit. But on the other hand, going out the sea gate will avoid, shall we say, agents of the Queen easier. A lot quicker to go out via the sea gate. But in terms of secret entrance out of the city, Kesri, says Ricio Tane, I know of none.
Well, I say we just try to leave through the sea gate, to be honest.
For the quickest one too.
Yeah, I would rather not spend ages walking around in this acidic rain. It really doesn't suit me to do that.
I have an idea once we are out. I think if we find a wagon that is covered, we could break the floor from the wagon and walk inside of the wagon, pushing it, and then be covered from the rain. A little bit like in the sea. I've seen something like that in sieges, that people protect from fire or acid or other things that are thrown from the wall by having kind of a protection around them that they can walk in. So I think if we find a wagon, maybe we can use it as a protection from the rain for our way towards the tomb.
Idea.
I'm sure that wouldn't cause any guards to notice a walking wag.
No, what I mean is when we are outside, this is why I was actually thinking I would like to go through the mule gate, because I'm known in the Santis. I think I can bargain a wagon for a reasonable price and then use it to travel.
We have to get there though, and we're.
I
all
know.
the way-
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it's a perfect plot. I'm saying that. I by the way, I mean going through the sea gate is not trivial either.
Is it? I mean, do we even know if it continues to rain outside of the city?
We don't know. That's true.
Reso Tane. Yep. As far as the eye can see. It's not just the city.
And how far can the eye see, though? I wonder what lies beyond. Is the whole continent currently experiencing this kind of weather? Because if it is, well, what should I say? It's a very bad situation, to say at least. And I feel like we need to find some kind of permanent solution. Because walking around in acidic rain without any form of protection, yeah, doesn't really matter. And it's going to be even harder once we hit the roads. If we can't just scurry from tree to tree and seek protection under each branch that we pass. We need something more permanent.
Didn't you hear my option?
Yeah, and I completely agree with you, Adai. Trying to find a wagon with a very big wagon, hopefully, that we could maybe use as a base of operation while we're on the roads.
Yeah. So what is in Loud and Lusty? I imagine this is a tavern where people go to see prostitutes and things like that, no?
Which one?
The 49. Loud and Lusty. And imagine this is a bordel or something on such.
Probably.
49. Oh, here.
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Monder, Simon says, is it really the time for this?
I mentioned because
I agree
if we
with
go
that.
through the
Let's
sea
check it
gate,
out.
this seems like a big place where there could be wagons from wealthy people that got trapped there before the rain came. We could get one there. If this is a place where people often travel by horse or similar way. Is it?
What about the skeleton gate, though?
It is a brothel.
Which is here?
Outside the town. Yet Skeleton Gate is... I mean, the main gate is the Crown Gate.
Right?
This one here. That's the main... That's where the trade goes into the coin district. So a lot of trade happens there. And Skeleton Gate just... I don't know, just another gate. Not so important.
My current suggestion will be, okay, let's go through the sea gate quickly and go to the brothel and try to get there a wagon that we can reconvert into a kind of protection equipment that we can roll into the tomb for a half a day.
Note, let's kind of pull the wagon.
From inside. This is why we need to break the bottom part of the wagon.
He wants us to get under it and carry it.
Trojan.
We don't need to carry. It has wheels. We just need to push it.
I think he means remove the floor and kind of do it like
like a
Flintstone
siege, like in the siege
Flintstone,
when you
yeah.
siege a wall, a big door. No, you have some protection, and then you have something that you roll into the gates. So this is what I mean.
That's gonna be so tedious. But well, at
Don't
least there's
worry.
protection.
Don't worry. After you do it half a day, I will just help you.
Thank you. You're so kind, Adai. But regardless, I do like the idea of having a wagon, something with a roof. But I think if the trading district, the coin district, is close to the skeleton gates, I would perhaps suggest checking out that area. Maybe trying to find something that's more suitable for what we currently need, instead of modifying something. That also sounds kind of tedious to do.
But you will need. I mean,
do you
there's no
mean?
such thing as the one we need. But the other thing is that we cannot bring it outside of the city. I mean, we will look like crazy. I think if we go first outside and then we get one, I think that will be easier. This is why I'm thinking either the Loud and Last is an option or the Santis are another option.
If you're looking for
Santis.
wagons,
Oh, yeah,
says Lord
Santis.
Signmundor, I'd suggest you look in the coin district. That's where trade comes in and out every day. I don't know what's going to happen with trade given what's happened, but there'd at least be a wagon or two there.
And perhaps we can even try to take advantage of the situation. If shops are currently having a bad time with trades, maybe we could even get a good deal on a wagon. And I like good deals.
Okay, you want to try that? I mean, I guess we can always claim, which is true, no? That we need the wagon to protect ourselves outside of the city.
I have a feeling that most people aren't really gonna look at us in a weird way if we just try to, well, take shelter from the rain in one way or the other. I think most people are gonna think that we're insane just for going on the roads in this kind of situation.
Well, one of us is, we're all wanted, but one of us is severely wanted, so I guess Vander could work his magic and bring out Tulip again.
Oh yeah, of course. I can bring out whoever you want me to bring out. Or at least within reason. Isn't that right, Enration?
That's right.
I like that you're so motivated to go into this disguise. Maybe it's like your second persona or something like that. We need to get you some identifications, though. Well, down the road, that is. I guess it's not currently that urgent.
Maybe when we find that band that met us earlier on, we can get some papers forged again.
Tulip. What should your last name be, though?
Corso.
No, you are not getting adopted. Yeah, no. You're not getting adopted. I would say a common name like Smith. Tulip Smith. That way there can't be like, oh, I know your dad.
I'm going to vote for if we're keeping his name as a theme, I'm going to vote for Gardner.
There you go. Love it, Tulip Gardner.
It's just Gardner.
Perfect.
Sounds like a profession.
I love it a lot.
At the moment, I guess most of the guards are normal, but not these hound creatures, no?
There's the only people who turned into hounds were members of the Knights of the Crown. But I imagine everybody else is assumed to swear fealty. I imagine everybody saw what happened once it happened. So I wouldn't trust anybody. Perhaps the Red Cloaks have got a bit of honor about them, but everybody else just assume the worst.
I take the cloak from the guy which I carry from the palace. So basically, I dress myself as a guard. I have the plate and everything, so I put everything on me.
Upside down dog. um. So what are you guys doing? The Crown Gate? Coin District?
I mean, if you guys want to go to the coin district because you think it would be easier to get what we need, let's go there. That's fine by me.
Sidemonder thinks that there's more wagons available, so.
Okay. So you collect up your belongings and head out into the streets. But just before that, who am I going to pick on? I'll pick on Incretion. Roll me a D100.
Ooh, 100. 55.
Okay. So thank you. So you enter the top floor of the Lucky Leap Tavern. You open the door. You see the rain pelting down. How do you plan to get to the coin district?
I mean,
You
we're in a
disguise-
tavern. There's no wagons in this tavern from anyone.
Nope, no wagons. All gets coordinated via the coin district. What are you disguising yourself as, Kezri?
Just not a Gorso, so I'll just be like a high elf as well.
Sure. And you're a tulip gardener, Incretion?
Apparently so.
Okay.
Oh, can I make the disguise? Oh, that's a very good disguise.
I have a solution for me until we reach the coin district. I don't know if I have a solution, but something may help me and maybe Bone. With an axe or something like that, I take a couple of barrels of wine, maybe a couple that are empty, and make a hole that we can see through them. And I think both Bone and I have enough strength that probably we can carry a barrel on top of our shoulders, so we can cover ourselves at least partially.
I love it.
But I don't know if you guys can carry one. I guess it's maybe too heavy for the rest. I'm not sure.
It's probably too heavy for Khazri, yeah.
Reminds me of that game. Is it Crown of the Magistra? And when you go in stealth, you like put a barrel on your head, or you walk around with a bush on your head.
There's several games like that. I love it.
Metal Gear Solid when you're in the box.
Metal Gear Solid is one of them, I guess.
Cool.
I offer one to Bone, and I mean, if someone else wants one, I will help make one. But I think you guys might not be strong enough.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be strong enough. How much do barrels weigh?
It's a question for Google, I think.
The average barrel is 70 pounds, and if it's full of liquid, 40 gallons of water is 333 pounds. So if the barrel is full of water, about 400 pounds.
I mean, it's empty, of course.
Be empty, but
I see here 160 pounds, but that might be a different one.
I got 45
I also have
too.
-1 to strength. So
I guess there's many different ones. Yes.
yeah. There you go. A barrel in D&D is 70 pounds. But yeah, I don't know. I have a -1 to strength. I guess I could always try to walk through the streets with a barrel over my head.
I will say
Unless
that given the
you wanna
general
take a
layout
tavern table.
layout of the city, it might be possible to dodge from house to house to house to try and avoid the worst of the rain. You would know that enough about the city.
I say we try that. I say we take the best possible route under the most possible awning to get to the coin district to buy a wag.
Okay. Cool. Are you stealthing through the city? You're walking down the center of the street?
Well, I currently don't look like anyone who's wanted, so, I wouldn't be walking down the center of the street because we're dodging in between houses, but I wouldn't be doing that stealthily.
And I have a barrel on my head.
Yes, and Xander and Bone have barrels on their heads.
What about Tulip?
Going to attempt to dodge between the awnings.
Okay.
Taking advantage of.
Okay. So, you start making your way, more or less sticking to the old wall, which is at least providing some level of protection. But then, thanks to what you roll? Yeah, 50. What did you roll?
55.
Yeah, 55. Yeah, I got the right one. Several pieces of cloth and trash are picked up by a whirling gust of wind that forms unnaturally around, sort of like a mini tornado around you. And you see this rotten trash and all sorts of nasty things. Can everybody please make me a dexterity saving throw?
Oh, horrible.
Let's see.
If needed, +4 from my feature.
And Cracion. You manage to swallow a piece of trash. Goes right in your mouth. And you spit it out, of course, because why wouldn't you? Let me just find... Wait. It's the problem with the random encounters. I don't have them perfectly prepared. Well, you take in some trash. You don't feel great. And that's all I'll say for now.
Oh,
But-
great.
But you do press on. As you pass close to the old wall, you've been here before. You know, it was a original, very, very old wall. Goes back to the time of the Dark Angels. It's that old. You swear you hear it creaking and whispering, and you stop for a moment and try and hear what it's saying, but you can't make out any words. And so you press on. The streets are strangely abandoned. There are some guards around, but they're not taking a particular interest in you at the moment. And you eventually make your way over to the coin district. And you notice there's a wagon outside Hill's Nectar's winery. Now, if you remember, Hill's Nectar winery was where the lustful party happened. If you remember, Adi was drawn into that. It was below the basements of this. But there is a wagon parked outside of there. And there are some horses attached to the wagon. And the horses look like they're going a little insane as the rain pounds down on them.
Is there anyone guarding the area, or
Make a perception check.
Eleven?
Not that you can see it, eh?
Well, do you guys want me to use Jolt or something similar to set these horses free and then take this wagon?
Are we even considering taking the horses as well?
They're
The
going
horses
that-
will die soon. I think that's too
They're
risky
being
to
rained
take.
on. Yeah.
You look at the horses, their skin appears to be rotting, and upon closer inspection of the horse, put it this way, they have 2 eyes between them.
I think it's better off we kind of create a distraction by setting these horses free.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. You scare the horses, and then we will follow the wagon. If someone else comes to get it, then we can just leave it. But if nobody else comes, we can always claim it was ours.
Let's try to be smart about this. I like you guys' idea, but how about these horses obviously belong to someone, as do the wagon. Probably inside this area as well, right? Inside the, what was the place called? I can't
Hills
see.
Nectar Winery. I'll move the token.
Yeah.
Number 3, Hills
There
Nectar
it is.
Winery.
Inside the winery. How about Enration and myself enter this winery? We create somewhat of a distraction, maybe urge some people to play a game of cards even.
Oh, God,
and
that
we
will
give
take
you
too long.
guys...
I shoot a firebolt to the bottom of the horses.
Whoa, but they're gonna take off with the wagon. We should have freed them.
Yes, I know. We will follow them.
Oh my god.
So you're firebolting behind the horses, is that right?
No, yes, I want to scare them, and then I want them to run away. So I shoot the fireball on in front of them or at the bottom of their legs.
With the
So I
idea
don't shoot
to
them. I
have
shoot the
them-
floor,
Yeah, but with the idea to scare them towards the Crown's
Yes.
Gate? Okay.
so that they start running. Yes, for example.
Okay. Well, roll to
horrible.
hit, and depending on how well you hit, they might go in the right direction or a random direction.
Okay.
Firebolting horses now.
24.
Okay, so that's pretty good. So the horses, already slightly mad, they go dashing out the front gate. They go dashing to the west.
Come on, we have to pick them, and I rush after them.
Ugh.
Okay,
Keep
so
running, Adi.
the horses dash out through the Crown's Gate, and you guys are chasing after them.
Yes.
I guess.
Banner's not gonna run. He's just gonna casually walk after the rest of
Ah, stop right there. One of the laws.
Did they
use a
stop the horses?
queen- No, they don't. They just step aside. It's not their problem.
Mm.
I'm sorry, orders by Queen Athena. There's a tax for entering the gate. 15 gold pieces per person.
For entering the gate and leaving.
Both. If you're going to leave the city, 15 gold pieces.
I give him 15 gold pieces, and I rush into. If they allow me, I rush into outside for the horses.
They let you buy? What about the rest
How
of
many
you?
dollars
Cough
are
up.
there?
There's 4 of them.
Okay. I kind of glare at them and see if they're lying, and I don't know. So they're telling the fucking truth. And I give them 15 gold,
Okay,
and I go after.
sure.
Vander is gonna shake his head. He's going to go somewhere. He's gonna try to lose sight of view of the guards, and then he's gonna cast invisibility.
I will point out that it's pouring rain, and it's very hard to look invisible in pouring rain.
Well,
You know, like see the shape of your body.
yeah, but I'm gonna try climb the wall instead.
Okay.
With me, I want to see
We are
that.
not a smart group of people.
Okay, Vander, we'll get back to your invisible wall climbing. What about Incration? What are you doing?
I'll pay the gold.
Okay, and Bone?
Bone doesn't have money, so he's gonna ignore them and just keep running after the horses.
Stop right there, big guy. Stop.
Bone chase horse! He's gonna push him out of the way and just keep running.
Hell yeah.
I'll pay for him. He's one-minded. I got him, sir. I got him.
Make an athletics check as you will push him and we'll proceed from there. They roll a 13. Plus 1, I'll say 14. So make an athletics check to push them out the way. Oh, look at that. D20 plus 10. Oh, you rolled a 2. They hold you back. No, stay there, big guy. Then Christian, you pay?
Horse!
Yeah, I pay. He's one-minded. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry.
Okay, so you dash out. And Vander, I see your roll. Yeah, you climb the gate and catch up with the other people. And you're all chasing after these horses. Takes about half an hour to track them down, but eventually you catch up with the horses. Now, significant distance outside of Oathbreaker into the plains of Aglarion. The horses have basically maybe exhausted themselves, but they stop running and they look mad, frothing from the mouth, and as I said, their skin's rotten. They're missing. It seems their eyes have rotten out of their head. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna set the horses free.
You can make an animal handling check for me.
Yeesh.
Yeah, you do set them free. One of them tries to smash you in the face with its hoof just out of sheer madness, but it rolls an 8. So you avoid 8 bludgeoning damage as the riding horses just disappear.
And I try to just kill them instead if they're like rotting away, so to say. It seems kind of inhumane to keep them alive.
Wow, Vander cares?
It's for horses, at least.
I love animals.
What's the range? I'm gonna say these things are, a few chill touches come out, which I think slows them down anyway. They're traveling pretty fast, but eventually, with chill touch after chill touch after chill touch, the horses die.
Yeah. The first emotion Vander has shown the entire. Okay then. I'm just gonna get in the wagon and wait on everyone else so we can figure out what we're doing with this wagon.
Yeah, so while Vander is hunting horses for no reason, I use the axe that I took from the winery, and I basically try to make the floor open so that we can use it as a protection. As a cover.
Okay, it's a good idea. Okay, so easy enough to remove the floor of the wagon, and you could push it from the inside. I don't imagine that would be terribly much of a problem.
Yeah.
I will say pushing a wagon is going to slow you down. So it's probably going to take you a full day to get to the tomb of the constructor. You okay with that?
Okay.
Okay.
And it's raining all the way there.
Yeah. We're not quite there yet, but I'm just making sure that this was your plan. But you do make your way to the tomb of the constructor. Yep.
I was just wondering if I can trance while they push the wagon. Because it only takes me 4 hours.
No. Not while traveling. Yep. Bone, are you pushing it?
Yeah.
Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
Won't be terribly high DC. Okay, so Bone pushes it the whole way to the tomb of the constructor. But before we get there, the wind and the rain is whipping into the wagon. Some little bits and pieces of rain are getting in. Can I have everybody to make me a Constitution saving throw, but at advantage?
Wait, everyone pushing the wagon?
Everybody.
All right. Constitution.
Okay, fine. Okay, so
Wow.
it's
Easy
providing,
peasy.
yeah, so very good. So providing a lot of cover, but as I say, with the wind whipping so strong, it's like walking through a literal storm. So the wagon's providing some protection, but every so often, the flaps open up, a gust of wind and rain comes in. But you're well enough protected, and you eventually make it outside into the cursed land of Aglarion. And as you're walking and just observing what the hell's going on, as far as you can see, which isn't that much given the rain, but the houses you go past, you don't see people outside when normally they'd be farming. You notice crops are starting to rot as well, even after a day. And if it's not rotting, some of the vegetation even seems to be moving a little bit. Like trees tend to sway, and almost like their branches almost take on arms-like appearances, and they scratch at the top of the wagon. It's quite unsettling. It's almost like the plants and the land is coming alive in some sense. And you do see some wild animals running around. Some rabbits you see around here. They don't look happy, but they're taking cover as much as they can. And I guess you start wondering, like, if the plants start dying, then the things that eat the plants are going to have the problem. And then the things that eat the plants, they're going to have some problem. But perhaps it wasn't the time to invest in property. But after a full day of travel, you come to the Tome of the Constructor. It takes a little bit of time to locate it. In fact, I can put you... Let me just check something. Just set this up. Okay. Stobone, Kazri, and Kracion, and Vander. So as I said, it takes a little bit of exploring, but you eventually locate this door here that leads into presumably the Tomb of the Constructor.
Okay.
So this was
I
secret.
guess-
This was secret, but I just made it a normal door. So as you were, sorry.
Do we arrive at this place at nightfall in the evening? You said it took a whole day to arrive here.
Just as night would start, so dusk, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh,
We should
right.
Probably rest in the wagon.
Well, we
You want
could
to-
rest in the wagon, or we could perhaps take a small, have a small meal and then try to investigate. We don't have to do the whole thing today, but there might be a better place to stay inside than outside
I
with this
also would-
rain pouring down.
That's fair.
I would also prefer to wait inside.
Sounds good.
You need like a meal, like a short rest, that would be fine, and then we go in.
I'd like a short rest for my warlock spells.
If you guys want to rest, absolutely. You can get a short rest in as you pause outside the tome. Now, one thing you notice as night falls, the effects get even worse. The rain gets heavier. lightning continues to crack through the sky. And given time, you understand why people start referring this as the Midnight Curse, as things get worse at midnight. But get your short rest in. What would you like to do? Now,
Before
fully dark
getting
now.
in,
Mhm.
yeah, before getting in, I'm going to cast a ritual. Which is detect magic.
Okay, sure. So detect magic is up.
And in creation, do you think you can get your way in? So we will go all together, but do you think you have a good eye for traps and other issues that we may encounter here?
Feeling a little sluggish, but only time will tell.
So if you want, when we approach a door or a place that you are not so sure about, I can take a look. My eyes are not as keen as yours, but I can see the threads of magic, and surely when some of those threads are located in a door or in a hallway, maybe bad news.
Sounds good to me, friend. Extra pair of eyes never hurt anyone.
Just a sec. Okay, so Incration, what are you doing? You going ahead to stealth? What are you doing?
Yeah, a little bit. Not too far, though.
Okay, let's see your
And
stealth
I
roll. We'll
will,
get that out of the way first.
Yep. Guide myself on this. Wrong one I was about to do. Sleight of hand. Okay, so... and then with guidance... it's going to be a 14.
Okay, noted. So the rest of you are in the wagon, is that right?
Until he opens the door, and then we will go all also inside. So we will follow, like, I don't know, 20, 30 feet after him.
Sure.
Trying to be stealthy, but of course we are not as good as him.
I beg to differ. Well, not as good though. But
I mean, I will be carrying probably a torch as soon as we are in, so...
Incration? Yeah, just click on the door to open it if you want to open it.
Okay. I did, but nothing happened.
Yep.
Oh, that's weird. Me. I'm just going to delete that door. See you later, door. Now can you see him?
Nope. Can't even move in. It's like a locked wall, like an invisible wall.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Oh, great.
What you see, I'll let you...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, describe what you see. What? Well, I'll describe what you see. You see a dragon. A dragon that's green. And it's,
ooh,
it's, there is, so there's lots of scattered bits of mechanical bits and pieces like you see here. But just bits and pieces like garbage. And you see this dragon. It's obviously taking some damage. And it's saying, do you speak Draconic? Dragon? You speak dragon?
Nope.
Nope. It's obviously not happy. And you see it kind of try something, and the gate shoots some pool of energy at it, and you hear what is in any language is a type of curse. It's not happy. It's obviously trying to open this door, but it's having a very bad time doing it. And he turns around and says, "What's that? Who's there?"
Howdy.
"Who are you?"
I'm in creation. Who are you?
My name is... My name is... And he says that because Malcolm can't.
Okay.
Ash. Can I call you
can-
Ash for short?
Most people call me Ash. but that's fine. What are you doing
Ash,
here?
I got some companions. We're just trying to get out of the rain. Do you mind if we bunk in here with you?
Make a deception check, because that's not why you're here. Well, you can't. No, still say deception.
Okay.
Disadvantage. Ash Ketchum.
Disadvantage is a 19. It was a natural 20 and a 14 plus 5.
Nice. Alright. But if I open this door, you're not welcome in. Alright? You stay out here. I've got my eye
I'm
on
gonna wave friends in, and I'm gonna be like, we're not alone. Mr. Ash is in here with us. Don't be shocked by his appearance.
Oh wow, a dragon.
Vander, I said don't be shocked.
I must say, you are a stunning dragon.
Goes without saying. Your friend here tells me you're here to rest.
We are here to rest.
Just stay out of my way.
Would you,
Wait.
I'm just gonna look to Ad-Eye. Let him deal with that.
Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna cast comprehend languages. I thought I could perhaps speak Draconic with him as well, but I can only
Wait.
understand it.
He
Sorry, I
switched-
was saying that.
I'm just saying he switched to common when he saw Incration.
Yeah, I was just trying to. Maybe I could hit his sweet spot a little bit better if I spoke in his mother tongue, but I can't do it with that spell.
Okay.
I was saying to Kerry, so I'm moving forward, and I tell the dragon, I never seen such a beautiful creature in my life. I heard only about dragons, but I thought most of you were gone.
We're around. You can bask in my glory if you like.
You can also bask in my glory if you want to, Adai. I guess you do it every day.
You have no glory. The most important thing you have done is trying to jump a wall to save 15 gold pieces.
And I gracefully succeeded.
Hey, I know you guys are particularly good at locks.
Not so bad.
Tell you what. Why don't I propose some type of alliance between me and you? You get this door open. I, of course, could get it open myself, but I want to see what you guys are capable of. If you manage to open this door, why don't we say we split any treasure we find?
Okay.
Sounds about right. What do you think?
Group agrees.
Yeah?
I don't mind, but I'm a little bit curious, Ash. What do you know of the contents inside? We only know of one thing. Maybe there's something else that would pique our curiosity.
Oh, it's a tomb that I stumbled across. Somebody of note. People tend to, take their treasures with them to the afterlife. There's got to be something of value in there. Why, do you know whose tomb this is?
What was the name of the tomb again? Let's see.
It's Arlen the Constructor. Well, the first Archmage who lived at the time of the kings. Like when the evil theocracy was thrown over, he was instrumental to that and became an Archmage and died many years ago. Like 400 years ago, something like that.
Well, Ash, it seems like you really stumbled upon the grave of someone of importance. This is the grave of Arlen, and he used to be, well, a mighty mage. So I'm sure there's something of interest inside. Maybe something of magical items.
Our alliance is already paying dividends. Information is good.
Tell me though, Arlen, I'm not really the. Would you
It's not
say
Arlen.
the most?
My name's Ash.
No. Tell me though, Ash. I'm not the most inclined with the nature of dragons, but why would a dragon such as yourself need magical items or other spoils? I'm just
Asking me
curious.
seriously why a dragon wants treasure? Do you know nothing of dragons?
Yeah, Kazri is just staring agape at Vander like he's an absolute buffoon.
Well, would you mind enlighten me?
Like treasure, it's not complicated. Anyway, you're an idiot. You! Open the gate for me. Points to Incretia.
But we have an accord, right?
Yep, half of what the treasure is mine, half of the treasure is yours. Pretty straightforward.
You wanna shake on that?
Big, massive dragon claw comes out.
Give
about to
my,
say, like-
my puny elf hand.
Maybe around one of the dragon's fingers. You know,
Yeah,
shaking hands
around one of
kinda
the claws.
like this,
yeah.
Right. Of course, I could could do this myself. I just want to make sure that you guys are doing. Make sure you're worthy allies.
Mr. Ash, did you set off a trap or anything before I start this? Is there anything of note that I should be looking out for?
I casually walked in and I thought, this is just a door I could open. And so I just gave it a bit of a prod. And it shot out some nasty energy. I suggest you stand aside if you want to try this. Like a cone of energy comes out. So I'm going to just wait over here. I suggest you do the same. And you intend to be standing right in the blast zone? As Ash explains. Okay. Alright. After you, Alf.
I will guide myself and attempt to pick this lock.
Well, you're going to have to be there to pick the lock.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Not horrible with disadvantage and a D4.
Wow, nice.
That's a 25. And then I will immediately step aside.
That's what it says in the text.
Oh!
Hmm.
Meets it, beats it, yes!
Wow. That's thrilling.
Okay, so click. You're pretty sure the doors are open now.
Do you need us in creation to go ahead? I don't mind to go ahead if you think it's safe.
I don't know if it's safe, friend. I just know I got the door unlocked.
My only problem is that I will need to go with a torch, but if you are fine with that, I don't mind.
Your call, friend.
You guys decide.
Actually, that's a good point. We're going to switch the lighting to no longer daylight mode.
Can
So
you
you
put a
can't-
torch on me, please?
Sure. So Adai,
I've got dark vision.
yeah, dark vision you should be able to see, but
Mhm.
torch is 20 bright, 20 dim.
I think so. Might be correct. 20 or 30, I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure it's 20. So Adai, you should be able to see now.
Yes.
Can anybody not see? Okay, just Adai needs the light then.
So as I said, I don't mind to go ahead, but mind that I will be wearing holding a torch.
Well, if you attract all the attention, it's going to be easier for the rest of us to sneak around.
True. Why don't you go open the door?
Okay, I go and I open the door. I have detect magic, and I will be paying attention on where I step
I'll let you know.
and
So what you see,
So-
you see several doors leading from this central sort of chamber. and there's a 20-foot giant statue of Master Arlen, the great constructor, stands in the middle of the hall, opening a book in one hand. And you see models of things all around them. They're not magical, but you see up here a model of the Azure Bridge. And if you remember, Kazrin and Kracion went over the Azure Bridge. Remember, there's a guy with a little control device that would turn the bridge on and off. Turns out Arlen, the constructor, did there. You see a model of the Falcon Blade. If you remember, King Waldron Azanar wielded the Falcon Blade, so you recognize that. You see the Royal Palace, and you're reminded of what Ricio Tane said, that Arlen, the constructor, designed the passage and the Lover's Lane, whatever it was called. And there's a Colossus here, made up of intricate parts, looking like a smaller version of the junk that's around you at the moment. Then there's the Fists of Azanar, which is a defensive mechanism in Aglair and Odenbeer. There's a strange mechanical dog, and if you look at this one here, it looks like those robot dogs that their company's done. Was it Western Robotics or something? Looks suspiciously like that. Boston, there we go. And there's a model of a golem here. And there's the Arcane Tower. Now, none of you know. Well, you've all heard about the Arcane Tower. It's the place where magic users spend 12 years to become wizards of note. Nothing pings as magical. Whoever had magic up, and nothing comes out to eat you. So,
Malcolm, one important thing, I see kind of the frame of the tomb, like I see beyond what I should see. So not really lighted, but I see some rooms. I think I should not be able to see those things.
Like here and
I can see here areas exactly where he is pointing. I see areas that I think I should not be able to see them.
That's strange.
After you gave me the torch, I started to see those things.
Okay, pretend you don't. I don't know what's going on. Because the lighting...
No problem.
Don't know.
Okay, I step on this area, and I guess I see the 3 doors, no?
Yep, one north, one east, one west.
Are there all those things that I see here are his creations, or is there anything here which is not his creation?
Well, you don't know, but you assume, he was the constructor. He did construct cool stuff. So you assume this is like some type of, just cool stuff to have in your own tomb.
Okay. So can I at least try to remember from, the things that I heard in the past, whether anything doesn't fit, just in case?
Sure, make a history check.
Doesn't ring a bell, I guess.
Yeah, you're not sure.
Okay. Wait, sorry.
You want to have a closer look
idea?
at the model, Kazri?
Yeah. Yes.
That's the model here. Yep. I'll make an investigation check looking for the...
Guidance.
Okay. D4, 13. So you have a close look around. You don't find the secret lover's entrance.
Okay.
You do notice some clay tablets here that have seemed to spilled out of the adjacent room.
What is this? I check them.
It appears to be a very, very detailed account of a dandelion. Like it says, it's scientifically known as Taxarum officinale. It's a perennial herbaceous plant belonging to the Astraeus family, common sight in temperate regions, and it goes into excruciating detail explaining a dandelion.
Sorry, Malcolm. I think maybe because I'm not a native speaker, I don't know what is a dandelion.
It's a small flower.
Oh, it's a flower.
Okay. A dandelion. Okay, sorry.
I'll put a picture in Discord.
It's the one you blow and then.
That's the one.
Yeah, I know what it is. Yeah, sorry.
There we go. I've been beaten to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a dandelion.
I thought it was called dandelion.
Oh, yeah, you pronounce it dandelion. Yeah. Though your pronunciation is much cooler.
I'm about to say it sounds way cooler. Yeah.
Okay, that's crazy. I will check anyway the door just to see what the hell is in there.
Before you
When I open the door. Sorry, didn't know I can open it.
Well, let's just one thing I'll say before it. With Incratian's passive perception of 16, even though he's feeling a bit under the weather, you hear somebody talking inside there, as if they're dictating a message.
Ada, there's a voice coming from that there room.
And
Are
do you
you
think it's a
able to hear
problem? Should we prepare?
Can you try to decipher the meaning behind the voice, Enrichian, if you're able to hear it?
Okay, for that, I'm going to have you make an active perception check. Imagine you'll guide yourself, but at disadvantage. It's too muffled. Too muffled.
An 11. It's just mumbling, Vander, just mumbling.
Do you guys want to try another door, maybe?
I want to try to listen myself.
Sure.
Okay, yes. You may guess.
Okay, so you do make... Now make sure you write this down. After the flower fades, it's replaced by a spherical seed known as a clock or a dandelion clock. Now, note this down particularly. The structure consists of these tiny seeds. Now, these tiny seeds are the part critical for this potion. So make sure you write this down. And as the wind blows, the catches these bricks, catching these seeds to aloft to new locations. And each seed is equipped with a tuft of fine hairs. Now, it's the fine hairs that are particularly noticed here. They enable it to be dispersed over great distance, but we need to collect the dandelion leaves. Now, despite their reputation, and it keeps on babbling on and on about specific details of dandelions.
Vander is going to be so disappointed when he hears all of this. He was expecting something exciting, and then it's just going to be like, this seems like, well, it's not muffled, but it's gibberish. He's talking to insane lengths about details about flowers. It's not really that entertaining. But it seems harmless.
Well, I mean,
Or
you could always
appears to be harmless.
check the other door.
Vander, you seem to have a really keen ear. Maybe you can do it.
You want me to listen to the other door?
Sure.
Well,
Hi, Ash.
One quick thing, Malcolm.
Yep, sure.
Yeah, I don't trust this dragon, and I imagine as soon as we find whatever he wants, he's gonna attack us. So I will myself, and I also will indicate to my colleagues to be alert.
Thumbs up.
Okay. Look, we had an agreement for treasure. And while I appreciate your caution going through this room, I think we need to sort through every nook and cranny. We had an agreement, half the treasure, so take your time. But I really must insist we explore every door possible.
Well, you go right, we'll go left.
We'll stick together. Strength in numbers and all that.
Awesome. Do you hear anything out of that left door, Ash?
Oh, Ash! Let me put my ears against it. And he smells. He smells both through his nose and by his general hygiene habits, so he smells in both senses. And he's going to make a perception check. Nothing is moving in there, in my perspective. I think it is safe to go through there. If you trust me, which I know that you do, one of you can go first.
Owen, how about opening up this door?
Bone.
Bone, hey, door. He's gonna kick in the door.
Smash the door, Bone.
Bone's my.
Okay, once again, Bone, you should be able to click on the door itself. Boom.
Yep.
Inside of this room, you see dismembered mechanical body parts of various golems. There's tools, wires, spring bolts, and screws that fill this room.
Big doll. I'll just enter the room, look around, walk up to this thing.
Links in. Oh, look at that, says Ash. Come here, look at this one. See the eyes of those? Bet you those would fetch a pretty penny. And he claws one out and tosses it to Vander. You keep that one. I'll keep this one.
Perfect. Don't mind if I do. Is it like a gemstone or something, or just like a mechanical part of the golem?
Quartz. And in your estimation, they're worth that. So if you want to note that on your inventory, feel free to do so.
All right. Well, keep them coming, Ash.
Keep what coming?
The treasure.
Spoils that we share.
Oh, of course. I am true to my word. An eye each seems appropriate. And he slinks out of the room, waits back in the corridor.
I hope this is not foreshadowing for an eye for an eye.
I would take a look around the room to see if Ash overlooked anything.
Sure, make an investigation check.
Oof. No, he didn't forget anything.
Oh, looks clear.
While Kesri is doing so in that room, I go around to all those models and I check them to see whether I see something of interest in any of the models.
Sure, make an investigation check.
17.
I mean, they're interesting in the fact that they're really good representations of, like the palace, right? This is exquisite detail. Apart from that, you don't notice anything interesting.
Okay. And is there anything written on the tomb that, like on the book, for example, I would like to check? In this statue?
No, nothing of just scribbles.
Okay.
Not a language at all.
Do you guys want to check this room in which we have this voice coming before moving forward?
I'm just gonna do the same thing as Cass. We're just gonna look through if there's something interesting here, and I imagine there's not. So let's keep on going.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm
keep
gonna open the door.
Bones mad.
Okay, so, you see tall piles of clay tablets that cover the floor of this room. Some of them almost touching the ceiling of the room. All of them covered with a thick layer of fine dust. There is a robed figure skeleton that lies over the slant of the desk at the far end. And then you see what was babbling. You see I'll show you what you see, because I have a couple of handouts here. You see what you'd know from various history books and kind of makes sense. So this is Master Arlen. He's wearing exactly the same clothes as this figure slumped over the desk. And he seems to be a ghost. He's not quite there. And with him is this thing. And it's writing down everything he says into the clay tablets. And he continues on babbling. So very important, you note down the life cycle of the dandelion. This is critical for the potion. So there's a metamorphosis from seed to flower again. There's a perennial plant, meaning it can live for multiple years without the life cycle, beginning anew each spring. Now I cannot emphasize this enough. You need dandelion who's gone through exactly one lifestyle. Write that down. And it continues
I close
to
the door.
Sure.
And I tell the others, there is nothing of interest here. Only madness.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Well-
look up at Ash and just tell the dragon he's more than willing to check that room out if he likes, but it looks like
Ash, I think there is only madness there, nothing of value. I would rather
crazy
go
old
to the
ghost.
top.
Did Ad-Eyes detect magic ping on anything in there?
Only half of the room, no, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. On the desk, there is a feather that glows with some magical energy.
Okay. And I don't retract any of the words that I say.
So you don't relay about the feather, okay?
I don't. That's not a value for me. That's no. There is only madness in that room. I will not go there. So if we want to find some treasure, I will go. And given how this is constructed, as far as I know from the tombs from the really rich people, you have to go deeper. So I will suggest to try this door.
If we do not find what we're looking for elsewhere, I'm just gonna say it might be inside of here, and we'll never know unless we check it out.
Yeah, I think.
But fine, let's postpone.
I
this
mean,
room for now.
you are welcome to go inside if you want to, but when you got mad, I'm not sure whether any of us will be able to help you.
That's fine. I don't need your help.
You mean you don't need our help this time? That would be strange. I mean, normally.
Yeah, this time I won't need your help. I think I could handle that situation, but you have your strengths as well, Adai, and I'm not gonna take that away from you. You're valuable. Don't think otherwise.
No, I know, but what I mean is, I'm sorry to be that annoying, but I think I don't feel that going into a ghost and what seems to be a golem seems like a best use of our time at the moment. I agree with you. We don't find what we need inside. Maybe we should go there and ask. But I'm worried that if we go there, we will be affected by the madness and maybe attack.
Might be, but let's not linger to that thought just yet. We'll face that problem if we end in that situation.
Just as a quick aside, the golem that you saw in the room looks exactly like this golem here, and it looks like the golem that's outside the parts as well. Appears to be the same type of golem.
Oh, interesting.
So
maybe
more than one.
Would you like me to use my dragon ears? I mean, they're so much more superior than elf ears.
Absolutely.
And Ash, if will ever be known, will make a perception check. It's a large room and it's strange. I hear echoes upon echoes. It's either a very large room or a very deep room. I'm not sure.
Why don't you open up the door?
Hello, hello, hello.
Okay, so you see a few things. It's an interesting room. The first thing you notice is over on the left. The skeleton of a long deer human lies near the feet of a hulking multi-armed construct. The skeleton is well equipped and dressed in leather armor, and a huge oven stands opposite the door. Its blazing fire dances wildly without any apparent source or fuel for the flames. Clean and inscribed clay tablets are piled on one side of it, while baskets of raw and unhardened clay sit on the other side. A railless staircase descends down in a spiral at the center of the room, forming a broad hexagonal shafts with many, many levels. And even glancing from here, you can tell it's some immense library with just books and books. These clay tablets just stacked and stacked and stacked and stacked. What do you do?
Well, if this golem is the same that's over here and deconstructed over there and inside of here, maybe it's worth taking 5 minutes to try to understand if these designs have any weaknesses or something like that, if we eventually end up fighting one.
Okay. Hey, what are those who? Yeah, make an investigation check of the golem model here to see if you can spot any weaknesses.
Guidance.
Investigation. I feel like you should do this as well, Adai. Because I'm not making anything out of this.
Sorry, I was away for a second.
We're
You could,
investigating the model of the golem to try to find a weakness in case we have to fight one.
yeah.
So roll again, Vander, of Adai's helping.
I feel like I should be helping Adai though, or he should make his own independent roll.
You do well, don't worry.
What did you say?
Impression, cast guidance.
Yep, guidance.
Okay, so roll investigation again, Vander. And
Okay. Investigation
and a D4.
and a D4. Mm-hmm. 17.
Well, the 15 you would have got there, so thankfully for guidance comes up trumps.
Perfect.
It's not especially useful, but there's a chance of it malfunctioning if you hit it especially hard.
Bone
Perfect. Bone.
Bone smash.
Smash.
Anywhere particular that's more effective to hit it?
Hit really hard on the head.
Pop it. Right.
So mechanically, if you hit it with a critical hit, bad things could happen to it. And that's what you get for 17. Critical hits are especially effective against it.
Okay.
Well,
So we
seems
going?
like Enration will help us out here, perhaps.
I'll gesture towards the open door and just tell Ash, go find your treasures.
The golem thing moves over to this everlasting fire and starts baking some of the tablets. And I mean, you've made no secret of your presence here, but it doesn't respond, doesn't react, just goes about its business.
Let's get in and see what happens.
After you.
I walk inside.
Slinks in.
Is this the body you were talking about?
If you're talking to the DM, yes it is.
Okay.
I'm gonna check the body, and I'm especially interested in seeing whether this body is something of interest, meaning that what is the boundaries that we should not cross?
Sorry, you're taking a closer look at the body.
At the body,
Not
and yes,
well.
but I'm checking the body. But what I'm most interested is whether I see something that he's carrying that belongs to this tomb, which may help us to understand the boundaries of what we can do and what we cannot do.
Even with a 6, you do notice a key there. Key that looks like this.
Oh,
Nice.
well.
Oh, that is very interesting.
It is, and I'm gonna pocket it.
Oh no, we had an arrangement. We split the treasure.
We do, but I'm not gonna break a key in half, so the next piece is yours.
Oh, no, I like that key. Perhaps we leave
Me
it to
too.
a game of chance to who gets it.
What kind of game do you have in mind?
I have this coin here. Why don't we flip it? Or one of your own coins, if you prefer.
We should not fight for a key. We will need to check where it belongs. Maybe we find the treasure that is looking.
What
Or
point
we make
did
a
I say
wager you
fight?
can have all of the rest of the treasure if we have the key.
He takes a moment and looks around the room. It is an interesting proposition. Make a persuasion check, because that's a really good idea, Kazri. And you see a gleam in his eye. Okay, we have an arrangement. All other treasure that I find is mine, including from that book room. And do we have an agreement, Drow?
If no one interrupts me to say no, then yeah, I'll stick my hand out.
Take the dragon claw. Dragon finger, I should say. Well, no, claw, it is a claw, it's not a finger. All right, then. And just at that moment, the floor starts shaking and rumbling. Something's emerging from this tunnel. What do you guys do?
Dash out. I have the key, so.
Yeah, I'm gone. Gonzo.
Go back to where you were.
Okay.
Roll for initiative.
And absolutely, you can dash. All right. You got this thing set up correctly. That looks good.
Oh. Won't record my initiative rolls.
Initiative.
Just this.
What's your dexterity, Vander?
+3.
Okay. So that's okay. So the floor starts
Oh my
shaking.
God.
Something's coming up from there. And Joy is the first to react. What does Joy do?
Well, since the floor is opening up, I guess I'm curious. So I'm going to send Joy over there to, well, I guess inspect. And just stay close.
So you're
I
looking
assume.
down this hole, right?
Yeah, where's the is this where it's opening up?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna Joy's still invisible, so I'm gonna have her stay as far up on the into the floor. No, not the floor, the roof
Ceiling?
as possible to look down. Yeah,
That's
the
what you
ceiling.
see.
Oh
Ooh.
wow, interesting.
And
Guys,
it's just
there's
climbing up the stairway, about to burst through.
imminent danger ahead, I suggest that we perhaps consider going out.
Will do.
And Kracion, you're also quick to react as you see this thing about to... It's just got its claws over the top of it.
Malcolm, before increation is my coastal, my all. I don't have the icon to roll initiative, so but it roll 20 plus 2, 22.
Okay, let's get Coastal on there. Where's Coastal? There's Coastal. And what did Coastal roll, sorry?
It will roll 22.
22. Okay, so they're familiars. Get to go first.
Yeah. So if this one he says to leave, then he's gonna fly outside just in case.
Okay, cool. So Joy, Coastal, quick to react. Pets are incredible, apparently. Incration, as always, you're quick to react, but you're exhausted. Can you roll initiative for me again, please?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
So you're 20?
Even better, 22.
Ah, well, 220 though, because there's a disadvantage. So 20, you're fine. Okay, as you were.
Yeah, heeding Vander's words saying let's get out, then catch up, guys. I got more in me. Action dash, bonus action dash.
Getting the hell out of the tomb. Okay, Incration, great. So just taking the advice just takes off. Now she's like, whoa, wait, they could... Oh, coward. At just that moment, this creature burst through. And I'm going to leave it to chance. So Bone and Vander, roll a d20. The lowest one will get attacked. 11. Bone.
Ooh.
Bone. Oh, dearie me.
Good.
Well, yeah, but it's your job, right? Not so much Vander's, but definitely your job. So this creature opens up its maw, and you can see fire coursing inside its mouth. And it just comes up and tries to bite you. What's your armor class, Bone? Does a 16 hit?
Yeah, just.
Okay. 30 piercing and 8 fire.
Oh, wow.
That's got you in its mouth.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay, so it just comes up and it picks up Bone, shakes him around. And he's looking like he's trying to swallow Bone, but it can't quite get its mouth around it yet. But that's an option. Vander, what do you do?
Well, cool. Well, I'm going to, first of all, I think that, I'm going to take a step away and see if it does anything against me. I'm sure that it does. Does it take an opportunity attack?
Nope.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna step behind Bone then, or at least the grappled body of Bone, and then I'm going to cast... I think I'm going to cast Heroism on both him and myself as a second level slot.
Sure. And remind me what hero... Oh, there we go. Into being frightened and temporary hit points. Okay.
Mostly for the temporary hit points. I feel like you're gonna need it, Bone.
How many temporary hit points?
I think it's not too much. Only 3 or something? Yeah, 3. But it's 3 every turn, so it's gonna stack up.
Yeah.
Does it stack? Temporary hit points don't stack, but they do refresh.
Yeah, but it's going to refresh every turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in that way, it's gonna stack.
Oh, so casting out, healing, giving Bone some type of advantage. Great. Adai, this massive, fiery, centipede-looking thing has Bone. What do you do?
Is Bone restrained or grapple?
Grappled. So just movement to 0.
I'm thinking what Bone will do. Okay, I move here, and I say to Bone, we need to move back if we can. And I'm gonna cast magic weapon. Is Bone now holding his weapon, or is now trying to defend himself with his hands?
With his hands.
Okay, so then I cast that on myself, on my weapon, and I attack the creature.
Is magic weapon an action or a bonus action?
It's a bonus action.
Oh, great. Okay, so you cast your magic weapon, +1 to rolls, +1 to damage, and an 18.
Yes, so it's, instead of 18, it's a 19 instead of a...
You burst through the thick creature's skin. You're good. That hits.
Okay, so then it gets not 7, but 8 points of magical slashing damage, plus 1d8, plus 5 of thunder damage.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Ooh, crashes out, and just so you know, you can see can you see the creature's hit point bar?
Oh god, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Edo very bravely
We have-
casting
and-
magic
and I-
weapon.
And I shout to Bone, yeah, we have to get away from here.
As Bone is being chewed by this creature. Ezri.
Yeah, I will use 1 sorcery point to twin cast Chaos Bolt in hopes that it lets go of Bone, but we'll see. Gonna get as far as I can for.
Dashing around the side there, sure. Goes wide. Well, actually, it hits the creature, but has no effect. That one hits, though. Finally, Chaos Bolts comes through. Roll damage. And that's all psychic, is it?
Yes.
Perfect. 16 will do the job. 16 points of damage. It shakes its head a little bit, gets rid of its lethargy, but continues to chew on Bone.
Leave. Yeah, that's it.
I'm gonna put that on the wrong thing. Just a sec. And it's Vander and Bone, right, with heroism. Okay, cool. Okay, so one bolt hits, the other one hits but does no damage. Bone, you're being chewed. What do you do?
Bone doesn't like being chewed, so he's going to bonus action rage. To attack recklessly with his bone claws.
Okay.
Let's see if I can do this. Oh. Okay, I already clicked, so I'll just do that.
Sure. So 23 hits. Might be an actual 20, but it isn't. But 23 is good enough to hit.
Yeah, that's 13 piercing damage.
13, got it. Rip across the body of this beast.
See if I can do this at advantage with 2. Yeah, it worked.
Yeah, that hits as well. You try and claw your way through it.
Yes, 8 piercing, no, slashing, I mean.
Yep, including the rage. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, and yeah, he's just in the maw, wildly slashing about with his bone claws.
Well, it's got to retcon something. Ada, you hit once, right?
Yes.
Twice. Once. You take that much fire damage as you hit it. The heat of it is immense. And Bone, you hit it twice, so take 6 points of fire damage.
I succeeded with my Constitution saving throw.
Oh, great. Thanks for remembering that. Okay, Bone, so 2 slashes. You're burning up in more senses than one. What would you like to do? What can you do? I guess that's it.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Flies up near the creature and says, okay, everybody, hold your breath. And he's going to breathe fire.
Fire.
Oh, no, poison. Sorry, poison.
Huh?
I'm going to have... Why don't Bone, since you're in trouble, why don't you roll a d20 for the con save for this creature? And
That's
that's good
fine.
enough. So it fails. And since you're there, why don't you roll 12d6 for me as well? That's how much the creature will
Oh,
take.
yeah.
Good noted.
Nice. Ooh.
5. So this poisonous gas comes out the ashes. I am an ally. Remember, all the treasure from here is mine. It kind of flies off, gets really close to the thing, breathes like 5 feet in its face, and then smiles and retreats. And at that time, the creature lashes out with its tail. Oh, it rolls a natural 20 against the dragon. It's an attack of opportunity. The dragon is immune to poison, though, so it'll only take 21 points of damage. Damn it! Joy.
Well, I think that Joy is just going to. She's going to get up close, fly next to it, but she's not going to remove her invisibility just yet, in case Vander wants to take advantage, make an advantage attack later.
So just getting close, remaining invisible. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Coastal.
Moves here and then gives advantage to the next. So help action against the creature.
Doing a flyby,
Flyby
getting
attack.
right in its face. Almost gets burnt, Coastal, but moves aside. Coastal, and Cratien, no one's following you. What do you do?
Let's see. See if I hear anything back there. Do I hear them fighting?
Yeah, there's dragon breaths going off, there's clashing, there's Bone. I'm not sure if Bone's screaming or not, but Bone's definitely in pain. Is Bone screaming?
Rumbling, I could say, just wildly groaning and boring.
Well, I guess I'll bonus action dash back here. Oh, now I see what's going on. Here, I guess I'll action dash. Think to here. Let me make sure. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be the turn then.
Running
Getting
back.
back
and
to the
fighting.
combat.
Oops. Okay. The creature known as Iron Glutter will attack Bone again at advantage because Bone went reckless. Bone, your AC is 16. Which Bone
15
gets
now.
Okay. Regardless, you see Bone swallowed by this creature. Vander.
Oh, they're taking damage from being swallowed?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. You will
This
on
action
your turn, though.
unmute.
Yeah, Vander, you should definitely unmute. Ord, we can't hear you.
Third.
AFK or something, was he?
Oh, sorry. I'm back.
Just watch Bone get
Let's see.
swallowed. What do you do, Vander?
Oh, that's not good. What can I do? So this guy has reach, right? Am I in a disadvantage if I try to do long ranged or ranged attacks against him?
No, because it's a long. Regardless of the creature's reach, just if you're within 5 feet of that creature, you get disadvantage. But you're not.
Okay, cool.
So range attacks will just be
Cool.
normal.
Perfect. In that case, I'm going to take a deep breath and I'm going to cast Corrupting Ichor against him. That's not poison, that's acid, so we'll see if that does anything.
It's not immune to acid. But 17 misses. Does it miss?
And
No, 17
you have
hits.
You have advantage anyway because of Coastal was giving advantage.
17
Okay, let's
hits.
see if I crit then. Just for fun. And I
It's
do.
5% of the time.
Nice.
This is one of those times. Nice.
Natural 20!
Cool. So that makes it 4d8.
Ugh. Nineteen
19 points of acid damage.
And it's covered in goo, right? You need to take an action
Yeah.
to remove it.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be 2d4 acid damage each of its turns.
Put it in green so we remember that it's covered in ichor. Okay, Vander,
Yeah,
nice. That's
Perfect.
okay,
Thank
cool.
you, Adai.
Nice.
Or should I say Coastal?
Right.
Yep.
Okay, cool. And you stay there, Vander?
I do not dare to move away from this creature.
Adai.
I shout back to Incretion and Kesri. Help! This creature ate bone. We need to open before he burns inside of that oven.
Oh.
And I'm going to attack. And I think I fail with 12.
Yep. That's a miss.
That's a miss. And that's my turn.
Yeah, so the creature's squirming around and you miss it. In a way, you're thankful, otherwise you would have got burnt a little bit. But Kesri, your friend's in deep trouble. What do you do?
I'm gonna stay safe where I'm at. I won't move any further.
Sure.
And okay. Yeah, I'm gonna cast this is a hard choice. Okay. I'm gonna cast haste on Bone.
You can see, you don't see bone.
Okay, that's right. Adai.
Adai? Okay, so concentrating. And Adai, you are hasted. The
Nice,
adrenaline
thank you.
pumping through your body.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be it for me.
Okay, so casting Ash. Bone, you are in a literal oven. What would you like to do?
Do I take any damage at the start of my turn?
End of your turn.
End of my turn, okay.
So if you can get out, that would be good.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna try to use a charge of my rage action to use telepathic terror.
Okay.
As I just assault the mind of. No, I'm not. No, I'm gonna save it, and I'm gonna attack twice with my bone claws, trying to.
Okay.
Rapidly tear open a hole.
You are restrained and blinded, so these attacks will be at disadvantage unless you attack recklessly.
That's true. Would it be hard to climb out of its mouth?
You can certainly try.
No, I'm gonna try to. It makes sense to try to rip open opening in its stomach.
Okay, so if you're attacking recklessly, just make a normal non-advantage attack because you are restrained and blinded.
Yes. Oof.
Don't get the leverage. Don't get any meaningful damage on the creature. Oh, that's better.
Let's see.
Natural 20!
I think something happened to the roll. That's. We got an action 20.
Yep, so how much damage?
Let's see. Crits. Takes a while. It didn't show up.
Nope.
Hmm.
Did you see what the roll was? Like somewhere else?
No, this is a 7-1. I just rolled twice, custom.
Okay.
Probably lower, but yeah, that's 11, 13.
13 points of damage. Okay, so you slash away on the inside of this creature. The creature squirms and tries to avoid the damage. It doesn't, and it also doesn't throw you off from the damage. It's not enough damage, unfortunately. And any bonus things? Otherwise, that will be your
No.
return. You take 20 fire damage.
Ooh.
Yeah. Very average roll by me. And boom! As this is most relevant to you, you're in the most danger. Roll me a d6 for the dragon to get his breath back. You want a 5 or a 6? Nope.
Nope.
Hmm.
Oh, didn't show up. It was a 2. There's one, yeah.
A 2, yeah.
2 for...
For dragon.
2. 2. Yeah, I see it. Yep, cool. Hmm. What would the dragon do? It's not in a lot of danger. I think he's killing this. He's gonna swoop next to the dragon. It's going to bite it once. Bite! 10, that's gonna miss. And 2 claws, a 26 and a 23. So the 2 claw attacks hit. And he does a total of 23 points of damage. He himself, while biting, takes 3 points of damage. Oops. 3 points of damage. And he saw what happened last time. He retreated, so he's going to stay there. Joy.
I'm just gonna move Joy a little bit, and that's that.
Okay, Coastal.
Same as before, flyby attack. So flyby help.
Sure. So, advantage on the next one, which happened to be your sharpshooter in Christian.
I will take that because I believe I am within exactly, the range I can throw a card. Perfect. So yeah, gotta throw. Wait. Do I want to? Yeah, I do. I was just debating if I was gonna get close and try to send it to hell, but nope. I will fling a card at it, and
Advantage?
I'm not gonna use a charge. Yeah, I'm not gonna use a charge of my special card, so just a normal devilish card here. So
Oh.
it's gonna be a natural 20.
Natural 20!
Nice.
What is it?
Yes.
66, 2d4 plus 5. Okay, so plus 5 to this. 35 points of magical slashing
Ooh.
damage.
30?
35 plus 5 to that because of my modifier.
Beautiful hit. Minus 35. The creature recoils
that
back.
Enough to cough up bone?
Have to do from inside.
That's the turn.
Okay, so the creature looks severely
Oh
damaged.
my god. 8 points of acid damage.
From what? Sorry? Oh, from the... Oh.
Corrupting ichor.
It's the action
Aw.
to...
Wow.
Ooh. Ooh.
Panicking, it turns around and attempts to dive back down the hole.
Ooh.
Adai and the dragon can have an attack of opportunity. Adai, would you like yourself to have the advantage or for the dragon to have the advantage?
I would rather do it myself, but
Okay, roll again then.
I think I will take the 22.
22. The dragon's going to try and claw or bite. Bite does more damage. Bite.
+1, 7.
As the creature is looking to go down there, you slash it. The creature screams in agony. Ash bites onto it, and the creature kind of slumps half inside the bookcase, half inside, not the bookcase. Did not even need haste, that is true. And Bone. We can get out of initiative order, assuming Bone wants to get out of there. Does Bone want to get out of there?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Rip and tear.
Okay, so Bone, feel free to move it. As you move, the creature falls and slumps and eventually falls down, to the bottom of the pit. And that is where we'll pause for a second. We'll take a short break and we'll get back to the Tomb of the Constructor in a few minutes. Okay, see you guys in a minute.
Alright, cool.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
odd minutes. Okay, so welcome back. The fire centipede descending on to the bottom of this ginormous bookcase, and you see Bone just crawl out just in time, looking quite damaged. What do you do?
Well, Bone, perhaps you would enjoy a little bit of a soft touch. Banner's gonna place his hands on Bone's shoulder and cast healing touch.
Cure wounds.
Cure wounds, yeah, that's what's it called? Cure wounds. 12 points of hit points back. At least it's something.
Nice. Thank you, master.
Of course, Bone.
Master, a slave of sorts. Interesting. So we're in agreement. You keep the key, and all the other treasure is mine.
Yes, sir.
Let me have a nosy around. He has a nosy around. It's just a lot of books. What else does this guy have on him? Oh, look. You missed something. He takes out a potion. Takes out 2 potions and a sword. Yeah. Actually, I'll say that whoever cast detected magic would have noticed that the short sword was magical.
I had it at the beginning, but I was more interested in other things, so I would not have time probably to do anything about it.
Reagan takes the 2 potions and takes the short sword. Seems as our little arrangement is working out in our favor. Now, what about that room with all the tablets? I think we need to have a closer look, don't you?
Well,
That's all you.
The implication was we'd do things together. Don't tell me you're reneging on our agreement now.
While these guys go down, I'm interested to see whether there is any wizard book in this library. Or any magical book for enemy. No, magical, I cannot see magic anymore, but there is a wizard's book. A spell book, basically.
Right. Yeah, you can investigate, but it's going to take a while. There's lots of books.
Well, I have time at the moment. While these guys are... Unless something happens, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, so make the investigation check as you try and look through these books for some type of spells, and I'll let you know what happens after an hour.
Okay.
But Ash says...
An hour, you say? I guess I'll take a short rest and just sit down, enjoy myself, I guess.
Okay. No short rest yet, though. The hour is not up, but absolutely you can sit down and chill out. Ash says to Incretion, come on, let's go together. I insist.
Deal's a deal.
After you.
Open the door for him. After you.
No, I insist. After you.
No, it's polite to open the door for you. Those most powerful. After you.
Takes a deep breath. Poisonous vapors curl out of his nose. Makes you cough a little bit. After you. It's going to push you if that didn't work, so. So, same type of thing is happening. He's continuing to babble about dandelions, but as you get there, he says, "Okay, so get the first cycle of the dandelion. I can't stress that enough. The first annual cycle. Get the seeds, get the little petals. That is the first part of the potion. Now the second part of the potion." And he starts going on about rose petals and excruciating details. And he doesn't really acknowledge your presence. He's just this ghostly figure of Master Arlen, the constructor, continues to babble. And if it matters in creation, this is difficult terrain here.
Yeah, it does matter. I didn't take a mobile, so I can't dash over it. Well, he just seems to be blabbering. I don't see much stuff in here, but a bunch of these tablets on the ground.
Reagan gives you a push in the back. Rolls an 11, which is not good for them. So make a athletics or acrobatics to avoid the shove into the room.
This is disadvantage, so that would be a 14.
Okay, stand strong. Come on, have a look.
I've
This-
already
the-
had a look.
There's a
There's nothing
skeleton
here but a
over
bunch
there.
of tablets.
There's a skeleton. Skeletons have shit on them. Go have a look. Reagan squeezes and knocks over a pile of books. What do you see? The dragon's really struggling to get in.
Skeleton in some robes and his little ghost bro here.
Ghost continues to, doesn't once again acknowledge your... you see it glance at you briefly and then goes back to talking about rose petals as a part of a potion.
I'll see much, Mr. Ash.
Now can I have a closer look at the skeleton? Let's look at it from there. Make an investigation check.
Guidance.
Sure.
Why can't I read? Investigation. Where are you at? There we go. That's
Okay.
a 14 and plus 4, 18.
Okay. Now, if you remember, all the way back a few sessions ago, you got scammed by a guy who claimed to be selling you a feather. Turns out it was just a fake or forgery or whatever. You see, what looks like the same type of feather being used as a quill in the hand of the skeleton. And while the skeleton is rotted, this feather in his hand seems strangely intact. And you get down on your haunches and look a bit closer at the skeleton, and notice a blue crystal embedded in its forehead.
Yeah, Mr. Ash, there's a blue crystal type thing in this skeleton's skull.
Oh, grab it.
I don't think I'm strong enough to pull it out, though.
Give it a go.
I give it a go, but I like act like I give it a go, but I want to give it a go a sleight of hand to give the appearance that I can't pull it out.
Sure. So sleight of hand at disadvantage?
I know.
And no, you can't guide yourself.
Guide myself? No.
Nah,
Okay.
'cause that would kind of give it away. Oh, no, you can guide yourself. Extra strength.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you can do it. Oh,
So that's
you do it anyway.
12.
Oh, 12. Good point.
12 plus the guidance, 13. It's stuck. I can't. I'm not strong enough, man.
I can see what you're doing. You're not giving it the full effort. Try again. I hear poison in a room is not very healthy. He notices your reception, in other words.
I will try to pull the crystal free.
Okay, make an athletics check. At disadvantage.
All right. Yep. At disadvantage, that's going to be a 12.
Doesn't dislodge. Try harder.
I'm not the strong one.
Get someone in here who is strong.
He's hurt. He has to rest.
What else is up there? And the feather is the most obvious thing.
There's
that?
like a feather that's not like molted away. It looks to be a pristine feather.
Take it and give it to me. That was our deal.
Yeah. I take it.
Was it our deal to get the treasures for him, or
He's
just that
forcing
they were
you to.
his? Okay.
Okay, so you retreat back and give him the feather?
Yep.
Thank you very much. And he grabs it, and
You're welcome.
just in case, because it's interesting, that's what the feather does.
Oh, not too bad. Okay.
Interesting.
Could be useful, but not.
I would not show us what we are missing. There's not out of the realm of possibilities that we fight this dragon before he leaves.
What did you say?
I was mentioned to Mark on that about the showing the powers of the feather.
I thought you said that you're going to fight the dragon, or?
No, I was telling you because you saw us the feather that I would not start showing us what we are missing because we are. There's not out of the possibilities that we fight the dragons. What I mean.
True. That's a good point. I see what you're saying.
But I say Ade is just looking at the books, not paying attention to that.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say our business here is concluded. And I must say that was a very foolish deal to make. As he gathers the potions, the sword, the feather, he says, "Guess I'll see you around." Nash, with a mighty flap of his wings, leaves the tomb.
I wait till he... Is he gone?
Seems to be, yep.
Come back in here. Bone, you finish that rest, maybe come with me and see if you can't pull this crystal out of this guy's skull.
Don't help.
Oh, you rest first.
Won't rest.
This isn't a very safe place to rest at the moment, so feel free to take a short rest if you want to.
Nice.
Do I find something in the library in the meantime?
No, you don't. But you notice there's lots of information about the realm, about the history. You think if you spent an entire day here, you'd become a bit of an expert on the history of the place, but it will require a full 24 hours of study.
Might be worth it to stay here. We are searching about for information about what's going to happen or what happened in the past in this realm. These books may contain information that will be useful for us, and it's not that we are in a hurry to come back. What do you think?
I definitely don't mind taking the time. I mean, it's not like it stopped raining.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, maybe we should pluck that jewel out of that skull first, just in case any traps go off. Bone, come with me.
Okay, friend.
Careful, Bone. Watch your step.
Stumbling
Books in there.
around.
Mm-hmm.
This guy here, Bone, he has this blue gem in his skull. Can you pull it out?
Okay.
Guidance.
To violently pull it out. Athletics.
Yep. Athletics.
Guidance.
Guidance. 7.
Okay, just a sec. Sorry, what did you roll with the guidance? You rolled a 27. Yeah, you pluck it out. Master Arlen doesn't interrupt, and the Daedal Rite continues to write down his description of this, what to do with the rose petals.
Bone kind of holds the thing and gives it to Ancratio.
Great job, Bone. Let's head back to Vander.
Bone hell.
While they are doing this, I would like to ritual cast detect magic as well, just to, because I'm a little bit curious about this guy. Does he have anything of value, perhaps anything magical on him?
This way, you do an entire scan of the area. Nothing magical attracts your attention.
All right. If that's the case, then I'm not going to bugger him or anything like that. I would if it was something interesting, though.
Okay. Okay, so your long rest is successful, and you're going to continue to look through the library here. Going to spend like the whole day to get through it, but absolutely you can do that.
And I will check also the body. I mean, this guy. I mean, as far as you know, he was a powerful wizard, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm basically hoping to find his book either here or in his body or somewhere else.
No spell book, unfortunately. And just because it's fun, that's what the entire map looks like.
Thanks.
So these things, are they walking around? And this one is just writing down stuff, but...
This one is dictating, the one near Master Arlen, and this one is firing up clay, turning damp clay into firm clay for the tablets.
Ah.
Since we're here for a long time, the hole which this creature emerged from, is there anything interesting down there if I were to send Joy down to inspect the area?
There's spirals and just many bookcases that just go down and down and down. It's like a spiral library.
And by the way, this is supposed to be the tomb. What is the actual tomb of the guy? Do we find it?
You see what you see.
Okay.
Well, if we're going to be spending an entire day here, Casper's just going to find a comfortable corner and kick back. And
Okay.
let Adi do his thing.
Is everyone else pretty much doing the same thing? Kick back for a day, contemplate what's going on, and rest up as Adi starts.
I mentioned to the others that we actually didn't find the real... I mean, this is a tomb, but there is no body, no? There was no body, no, also in the clay area, no? Only the ghost.
It was a
Well,
body.
that skeleton.
The skeleton's here. Okay.
That's him, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Sorry.
This whole thing is his tomb.
And there also was no spell book also in this area,
No.
no? In this. Okay.
No, unfortunately not.
I'll I'll just be showing Bowen how to play cards better, and I'll try to have Vander examine the gem that Bowen plucked out.
Oh yeah. It's interesting. Perhaps I can try to use, if it's magical, try to use some arcana to inspect it, if possible.
Now, actually, Adai, you do find throughout the library during your entire day of searching, there's some wizard spells here. They are all attached to clay tablets, and the clay tablets appear to be chained up. So there's a spell books here, but they're chained to the bookcase itself. But you find all wizard spells in the player's handbook.
Ooh.
But I cannot take any of them with me, no? Because they are.
You could learn them, though.
They're chained up, but if you've got the money.
Copy them to your spell book if you got the money.
I don't have a lot of money now. Unless I get some money from you guys, I cannot do it.
Well, money's not going to help you. You need the
Components.
actual material components, the ink and the.
So I will need to. I will need to. Well, I could go back here to learn spells at some point.
Yeah.
Fair, they're all here.
Yeah.
Okay, so at the end of the day, with finding every spell book in the player's handbook, that's great. You also now have advantage on any history checks relating to the... Well, I'll just say advantage on history checks. So I can imagine you doing history checks and anything else. So advantage on that.
Okay.
And you learn information about Master Arlen, about his history. What I'll do, I'll just create a Google document and copy it in there later and just share it with you if you're interested in learning more about Master Arlen and his life. So there's that information as well, but I'll put that in a Google Doc and send it off after the session.
Just in case, any mention on the crown?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Guys, I think maybe the time we spend here might not be useful right away, but I have the sensation that there is enough information to, take care of news that we may get in the future and try to decipher some of the things that happened in the past. So maybe we were planting good seeds by staying here one day. I hope so. Highly appreciated.
No problem.
Well, are we going... Now that we have the key, are we going back?
Yes, let's do that.
So I'm assuming you left the cart outside. The cart is there when you return. You find yourself back outside of the tomb. You see the rain is continuing to pout down. It is not nice.
Do you guys want to try to go in through a different gate to avoid maybe the tolls at the Crown Gate?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
good idea. Hopefully
Maybe we
we
go
are.
through the slums gate.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
As long as we have cover from the rain, I'm happy.
Well, you do. Incretion, your level of... Oh, actually, make me a Constitution saving throw, Incretion.
14.
Maybe. Sorry, I just need to look something up. That's a maybe. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Just refer to my tomb. Um. You're fine.
Cool.
You recover and get a good night's sleep, and your exhaustion goes away. Okay, and so you put the cover up on the wagon. Bone, make a Constitution saving throw as you push this through what it must be said now is muddy land, which is why it's taking so long. But you are providing cover.
Yeah. Was that with advantage or without?
Not this one. This is just to see if you exhaust yourself pushing it.
He's not pushing alone, I'm pushing with him.
Oh, regardless, he makes the save. So however you look at it, and you get through there. And now, can everybody make me a Constitution save at advantage, please? Including everybody.
I missed the advantage, sorry. 18.
18, Bone, 12, 20.
21.
You want me to roll? 20, okay. Yeah, Bone, we're pushing it. Doesn't really do you a lot of good. You take... No, you don't have an active condition. You have an exhausted condition, Bone.
Yeah.
Yep. And... actually, let's choose Kazri. Oh, have you have access to dice rolling, Kazri? If you do, roll me a D100 and tell me the result.
89.
89. Okay. Oops. Wasn't meant to drag you there straight away. So, drag you back this way a little bit. We'll just assume you're under the cart. Maybe I'll get a cart token. But you're all inside the cart. And you're moseying along. And the rain is just pelting down. And the flap of the cart every so often flows open. And you hear a particularly loud bang, 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 bang. On the it's not the dragon, on the top of the cart. You think something is falling. It's not just rain, it's not just hail, it's not just snow. It's something else. And then a whole bunch of snakes, a whole swarm of them start coming in and invading the space inside of it. It seems as if it was literally raining snakes. Can you... Oh, not how do you want to do this?
How do you want to do this? Roll for initiative.
Yep, literally raining snakes. Alright, let me...
Was
5.
5 for Kezri, okay.
6 for Vander.
If
Oh, I
Kezri-
didn't select my token. But it's supposed to be 6.
6 for Vander, okay, and let me add that in for you. Okay, yeah, so, rain pelts down and then you hear thump, 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 and a whole bunch of snakes just come in and invade the space inside of the wagon. And just to make it clear, say this is the wagon. Oops, excuse me, that black line. So you're all inside of the wagon, but the snakes are coming inside the wagon as well. Adai, what would you like to do? So you got a long rest. Consider yourself long rested at the tomb.
Yeah, I thinking. Does it look like... So this is a swarm, no? Like it's really difficult to hit and so on, like many animals.
Yeah, just a whole bunch of snakes riding together. Snakes
Okay,
in a wagon.
Yeah, so I'm going to cast. My eyes start glowing, and my hands become bluish, and cast Rime Binding Eyes at 2nd level.
Okay. And that will grapple them or restrain
That
them?
is Constitution saving throw first at DC 14. Can just show it.
DC 14. They
Yes,
roll
and
6, so they fail the con save.
okay, so then they take 15 points of cold damage in area, so that hopefully they get them all. And they have to, if they want, basically they cannot move unless they use an action to they remove the ice. So the speed is 0.
Are they immune to being grappled or restrained? It doesn't say grappled or restrained.
No.
I tell you what, they're gonna. Okay, well, the ice encases them. We'll just go with that for now. And we'll move on to the next one. Okay, Incretion, as these snakes get covered up by ice, what do you do?
Let's go. Is Adi close enough to count for sneak with an ally?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. I'm going to stab them. No steady aim. We're gonna try to stab him with the dagger or with the card. That's a 15 to hit.
15 does hit.
He does hit. Perfect. 17.
So piercing damage, you do half that.
It's magical if it matters.
Nah, they're just immune to damage resistance to piercing and slashing and so on. They're just too wriggly. Doesn't matter, magical thing. Okay, but you still get a good hit on them. Yep.
Did that? Because I know it's like multiple snakes. Did it kill any of them?
Yeah, killed some of them. Yep. It's a swarm.
Do they have an intelligence of 6 or higher?
Oh.
No. Okay. And then I will bonus action step back, even though they probably have reach. Bonus action disengage.
Disengage. Okay. Yep. They don't take the attack of opportunity, and these ones just all swarm into the wagon. Let's move it back a bit. And they're going to bite everybody except Adi. So first of all, we'll do Kazri. They roll a 16 Kazri, which I think hits.
Yeah.
You take 4 piercing and make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, and is this against poison?
Yes.
Okay, so I have advantage. So let me.
Okay.
Oops. Accidentally backed out of my sheet. There we go. Saves. Constitution. $17.
Okay. So you get rid of some of the poison. You only take 6 points of poison damage, but you're also resistant to poison.
Yeah.
So there'll be 3 points of poison damage. Pretty good. And it's going to go for bone as well. Bone and 18, I believe, hits. You take 12 piercing and make me a con save, please.
Con save, okay.
That's good. So you take half of that, or 2 points in poison damage. And then Vander, they're going to bite you, rolling a 24. You take 6 points of piercing damage and make me a con save.
Con save. 18.
That's good enough. You take 6 points of poison damage. And finally, Incration, they start nibbling on you as well. But they roll a natural 1 for you, Incration. So that is going to miss. That's everybody on there. And now the other swarm of poisonous snakes. So they are restrained. But they're going to try and bite Edi anyway while they're there. Does a 16 hit Edi? Don't think it does.
It does not.
Okay.
It does not.
Okay, so Bone, these snakes are everywhere, crawling over you. Kazri, Vander, and Kracion, what do you do? Bone?
Oh yeah, sorry, just fixed something with my dice.
Sure.
Bone is going to get really angry at these snakes and just slash around with his bone claws.
Sure.
So let's see. Recklessly, of course.
Raging?
Yes.
26 hits.
Good. Yes.
11 damage.
Yep. And another one.
Yeah, 18 hits. Yep.
Yeah.
Another
14
14 damage. Okay, so you're slashing and slashing and slashing. You destroy at least half the snakes. Well done, Claw. Well done, Claw? Bone. Okay, just moving through like a weed eater, slashing them as you go. Beautiful. Vander.
Right. Snakes. That's good. Yeah. What can I do though? Not too much actually. But I will do what I do best, I guess, and I will take a deep breath and I will spit some ichor on the snakes. The snakes that's all over the place, I guess.
That's acid damage.
I assume
Is that
that's a
nothing?
bit
Acid?
disadvantage because it's threatening me. It's all in my face, I assume.
Yes, this would be a disadvantage because of the ranged attack. See? Try and...
That's
One more
14.
14 does hit. 14's your armor class.
Perfect. That's 2d8 points of damage. 2d8. There we go. Oh, nice. 16 points of acid damage then.
The creatures unswarm around you, just fall and dissolve into acid.
Yeah. Nice. That's that's good, I guess. Yeah. It's
Okay.
kind of sad to not get the acid damage that happens every turn, but I guess I can't really complain.
Okay, Kazri.
Looking about here, I will. Yeah. I will spend a sorcery. To twin cast a jolt at it. So that is going to be a 26 to hit.
It's a hit.
And that is 9 points of lightning, I guess. Jolt, yeah.
Yep, for the first one. And your second one?
Natural one.
Natural one. Okay, the creatures are almost down, but not quite, as Kazri jolts them. And Edi. We finish these things
Okay,
off.
I'm gonna booming blade it. Let's see how it works. So I 22 to hit. So it gets 8 points of slashing damage, which I guess is halved.
Yep. But
And
8
then 1d8.
halved is enough.
Okay.
And 4 hit points left. Okay. So, as you stop and catch your breath, realizing that it's literally rain snakes, that is concerning.
This is madness.
I'm sick of these motherfucking snakes on this.
Bagging. Well, what's the next thing that's gonna rain?
Only thing to do is to push on.
let's move back to the city. I definitely aiming for some ale. That also brings me that we should try to get some grain and some other dry stuff. I think consumption of vegetables and other things might not be healthy anymore.
Valid.
Yeah. Food
My house
is
is full of
probably
food.
gonna be sparse.
Yes. Okay.
My house should be full of food.
Oh
If
yeah,
it
we can
hasn't
go
been
check out
raided yet.
the Gorso Manor. See what's happening there. I've got a thing I need to do with my dad, so I'm just going to suggest we end it a little bit early, and we'll pick it up just
Right.
as you're on the gates.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks,
Sounds
guys.
good.
And
Okay,
see
see ya.
you
Have a
guys
good one.
next week. Take care.
See you next
Excellent.
week.
Next week, guys.
Bye.